What is going on, guys? My name is Nathaniel and welcome to Dragon Blogger. Today we're taking a look at the RV550 Air Purifier from Rovacs. The RV550 is an in-home do-it-yourself air purifier that is easy to set up and has a ton of great features. Let's go ahead and check this thing out. Alright, so when you open this up, you're going to get an instruction manual as you see here. Very easy to follow, so you shouldn't have any problems setting this up. And then you're also going to get a remote that has a ton of options and features for convenience. Okay, so we've got everything set up. Now what you want to do is come on both sides of the purifier and you're going to find these filters that are wrapped in plastic. What you're going to want to do is take those out and unwrap them from the plastic. After you've done that, go ahead and reinsert the filter and the filter cover. You want to make sure that you do it on the other side too. Some people might not know that there's another side, but just make sure you go ahead and get that side done too. Now all that's left to do is to plug it into an outlet. Alright, so you've got it plugged in. Now what you want to do is locate the big power button on top of the unit. What you're going to do now is you're going to give that a firm press until you see the front screen on the unit illuminate. Alright, so we've got the thing turned on. It looks pretty cool so far. Down here in the bottom left you have humidity. Bottom right you have temperature. And then coming back to the top you have a reading of your current air quality. The system has a sensor on the back that is reading your air quality and assigning it a PM2.5 rating, which it will display on the front of the unit. The system has 5 built-in fan speeds. Right now, as you can see right here on the screen, it is set to automatic. Let's go through the different fan speeds and see how loud they are. Right now we are on 2. Going to go ahead and switch over to 3 now. Going to go ahead and switch to 4. As you can see, it's getting a little bit louder, nothing too crazy. Now we're going to switch to 5. Now 5 is the most notable jump. Now let's go ahead and switch it back to automatic. If the system recognizes that there's more pollution in the air, it'll ramp up the fan speeds automatically to adjust. Here's a time lapse of the purifier working. As you can see, it's kind of jumping up and down from 1, 2, 3, but it never goes above 3. That's because the system is keeping that pollution down. So as I had mentioned before, you are giving a number on the screen, and that is going to represent the value of your PM2.5 levels. I have a 3 as represented on the screen, which is considered excellent air quality. Above that is 13 to 35, which is good air quality. More is 36 to 55, which is considered light pollution. And then above 55 is heavy pollution, so you definitely want to address what's in the room. Let's test the system by spraying disinfectant spray near the sensor. Take a good look and listen to how quickly this thing picks up that there's pollution and reacts to it. So as you can see by our example there, the system immediately noticed that there was a pollutant and reflected it on the circle of the screen. It jumped up, but it kicked the fans on to bring that number back down, which is good. So as you saw, it did what it was supposed to do very quickly and got rid of those pollutants in the air. So the way the system purifies the air around you is by utilizing hundreds upon hundreds of these tiny carbon pellets. Now what the carbon pellets do is act like a sponge and absorb any harmful pollutants in your air. The filters last for 375 hours, and you can see their remaining lifespan on the bottom of the screen. Let's go ahead and go over the remote now. I do have one big issue with the remote. If you flip it over and you open up this compartment that's on the back, you'll notice that it does not have a battery. I actually live in such a small town that I was unable to pick up this battery, and if they just would have included it, that would have been a very nice feature. Some people might not have access to these types of batteries or might not know where to find them, and that could be an issue getting this thing working to 100% out of the box. Nevertheless, even though I can't physically test the remote because of the whole battery issue, let's take a look at the remote, see what buttons it has and what they do. So if we come up here to the top left of the remote, you have a power button. Below that, you have an automatic button which will automatically adjust the fan speed. Right here, you have a sleep button which will dim the entire display. You have a turbo mode button which will ramp up the fan speeds to louder than even 5. On the left, you have an eco mode button which will automatically dim the display. On the right, you have a child lock button. The child lock button will make it to where they can't turn on and off the system by the power button on it. On the bottom here, we have a timer button. So what the timer button is going to do is it's going to set a time in hours that is going to turn off the system and stop all functionality and operation. In the middle here of the remote, we have a change filter button. Whenever you change the filter, you want to press this and it will reset the lifespan on the system. And then on the bottom here, we have fan up and fan down speed. And that's pretty self-explanatory. All it's going to do is decrease the fan up or down. I want to give a big shout out to Rovacs for sending me the RV550 to check out. If you guys want to check this thing out, I will leave a link in the description below. My name is Nathaniel, and until next time, I'll see you guys on the next video.